Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impression let's play a review of a game called Crystals of Naramunz. The game is a free-to-play game. The game is currently in closed beta, so this will be a closed beta review, and obviously we will just be reviewing the game and looking at whether or not the game is fun. Normally I would at the end of the video say whether or not you should purchase or buy a game usually, but since this is a free-to-play game, we're just gonna basically look at whether or not the game is fun. I'm not sure if the game is going to be pay to win. I know it's free to play, but they might either go the cosmetic route, which would make the game not pay to win, or they will go the pay to win route, which will probably involve various things like season passes, battle passes, experience boosts, stuff like that, you know. So right now the shop, like, you can click on the shop but nothing happens, so I don't know, we will see when we actually get into the game. So in any way, as always with all of my first impression let's play reviews, I'm going to be playing the game for an hour or more until I am satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full video, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put the timestamp in the description below, and you can just skip to that timestamp if you only want to hear what I think about the game. Otherwise than that, you can just stay tuned, and I will be playing through the game, and I will be giving you my running commentary, and I will be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as we play through the game today. So the game currently only has two classes that you can have. The Raider and the Machinist is not available currently. We have the Gunner and the Knight, and then there are also subclasses. For the Knight there is the subclass Guardian, which basically just says sword and shield, which specializes in defense and attack speed. Then there's the Dragoon, which uses a two-hander, which is more physical damage. And then there's a Duelist, which uses two swords, which specializes in attack speed. And then with a Gunner there is Shotgun, which is area of effect and crowd control, Gunslinger, which is dual wielding pistols, which is attack speed and shotgun. Okay, there's two shotguns apparently. Shotgun, which again says area of effect and crowd control. So this one and this one does exactly the same thing, but this one says, oh, you see already, I think here is a issue. It says there at the bottom, specializes in the use of rifles, focusing on precision and critical hits, whereas this one says specializes in using shotguns. So I think this one shouldn't say shotguns over here, it should say rifles. So I just think that's a little bit of a error there. So this one is actually shotguns, this one is actually rifles. Now the first issue that we encounter here is the fact that you don't get told anything really. Like you can click on these, nothing happens. I'm clicking on these, so you don't see any real information about the class. Like, you can't see the abilities of the base class, you can't see any of the abilities, you can't see the stats, you can't see the gear that the class will be able to use, you can't see the spells, abilities, the magic, anything. Like, and then as well for the base classes you can't see any information about that either. So you can't see the spells or the skills or the abilities that the base classes will be using. Literally the only information that they give you is that the class will be using a sword and a shield, and this one will be using two-handed sword. This one will be using dual swords. Like, that's basically zero fucking information, which is really poor, to be honest. Like, they really should be telling you and giving you a preview of how each class will be playing and the play style, perhaps showing you a little bit of a video, and also the spells, giving you a breakdown of the basic spells or abilities that each class will be using. So this is really, at the end of the day, zero fucking information. It's really useless. So anyway, I'm gonna take the gunner just because, and they don't currently allow you to change your gender. I don't think there's a character creator or anything like that in the game. This knight is a male, there's nothing you can do about it, and the gunner is a female, there's nothing you can do about it. So anyway, let's jump into the game. So I'll also be really curious once we actually get into the game to see what is in the shop, because a large amount of whether or not I can recommend this game today is going to be based on the monetization method that the game is going to use. And there's a lot of lag for some reason. So you can't use WAS or D to move. It's literally mouse movement. There's no tutorial so far. Can I even change the settings? Let's have a look here. Okay, so there's no settings that can be changed. Like, I don't know what resolution the game is running at right now. You can't change any of the graphics options, the frame rate, nothing like that. You literally can't change anything. So that's obviously pretty fucking bad. If you can't even change the display method, the display quality, the frame rate, fucking nothing. You can't select full screen or windowed mode. There's no tutorial so far. There's a lot of lag, like when you shoot these barrels, there's actually lag. So I think the physics on the explosions actually is making the game lag quite a bit. You can see there quite a bit of lag when we actually destroy these things. But anyway, I guess that's mana. Like, is there sprinting? I'm pressing shift, nothing is happening. Fucking cameras. I'm gonna leave these loading screens in so that you guys can see how long the game loads. So the game has no voice acting. You can literally just press and hold right click, and that allows the wherever you keep the mouse, it locks onto the next enemy and then it automatically attacks that enemy. So that's good. That's a good quality of life feature so that you don't have to constantly be right clicking or stuff like that. Pretty standard in most ARPG games though. But yeah, the game definitely would have been criticized if it didn't have that feature. I wouldn't necessarily praise a game for having the feature, but I will absolutely shit on a game for not having the feature. Okay, we get a new weapon. How do we... Inventory, I guess? Attack speed 1.5, physical damage 2. Okay, so this one shoots slower, but the range is far more. Which is obviously very good. How do we identify this thing? I'm right clicking on it, left clicking on it. We can't identify it. Use the decryption key to identify this decryption key. Okay, right click and then left click. Cast speed and bleed chance. Okay, not very useful for character of my type, but anyway. When we don't have a tutorial for any of this shit, I literally have to figure out all of the stuff on my own. What the hell is this? A skill? Do we need to equip the skill or what? How do we do that? Like that? Holy shit, okay. How long have we had this one? Could have used the skill all along. Skill marks are used for leveling up your skills. Inspect the skill, press Ctrl left click and select the node you want to level up. Double slice. Oh, I've got another skill as well. This one, gain damage as extra physical damage. Pierce, blah blah blah, costs 10 Aether. Okay. Yeah, so far the game has no fucking tutorial. Like, there's just no tutorial, which obviously is not good. Holy crap, yeah, this thing is much more powerful. The range is also a lot more. Like double the range. Resistance to cold. Only lasts 30 seconds. The minimap at the top is very small. I would want a bigger minimap. You can press tab to bring up a map like this. But yeah, I would have wanted the map at the top right to be bigger. And like I say, there's no way to change it. There's also no way to highlight these boxes. Like I'm pressing Alt, Shift, Control, Caps Lock, nothing is highlighting these ones. So there's literally no way to highlight them. And that one wanted to do some kind of an ability. Okay, level 3. The crystals are auto pickup, which is nice. Anything that is auto pickup is always welcome. A good quality of life feature. Do we want to go in there? Holy shit. I used my Q ability there a couple of times. And the mana does regenerate, so that's nice. I'm not sure if we want to go around or if we want to go in here. Let's see. If this is just a small cave or something like that, then I don't have an issue going in here. Let's have a look. Do you actually regenerate life? 47. Doesn't look like it. How do we actually level up? Wow. Okay. Talent points 2. Aether regen enhanced. While crystal balance. Okay, so you get more regen the more crystals you have. So Aether is mana, basically. Auto pickup radius. Aether gained enhanced. Global on kill. I don't know what that means. Aether regen enhanced. Okay, so all of this is mana. I don't care about that. Attack speed, critical hit chance. Wow, that's very good. Auto pickup radius. While fatigued. I don't know what fatigued is. While energized. I don't know what energized is. Holy shit. 100% additional damage. 100% additional resource cost. So what if you don't use abilities? Then you will gain the 100% damage with no drawbacks. Is that what you're telling me? That seems very powerful. blind chance, blind duration, bleed chance, damage with shotguns, aether gained on block, damage to close, minus damage to distant. +4 to caliber. I saw caliber. I think caliber is stats. Caliber. For every 4 point of caliber increases physical damage by 2%. Well, that's very little. Every 20 point of caliber increases duration by 1%. Yeah, that's very, very, very little. So I shouldn't really bother with something that just gives 4 caliber. That's very little. Global damage with rifles. Loot rarity 10%. Chain chance. What the fuck is a chain? Wow. Minus 50% attack speed. Minus 50% cooldown, which is good. And then plus 50% damage, which obviously is also good. Loot rarity 10%. 40% shock chance and burn chance. It would be fantastic if we could see what shock or burn actually does, to be honest. Holy shit, 45% critical hit chance. But then also 45% fumble chance. Like, what is fumble? Like, on all of these skills, you don't get any explanation. Like, what is burn, what is chilled, what is blind, what is fumble. Like, all of these things, there is no explanation whatsoever. 50% range with projectile, 50% damage with projectile, minus 50% chain chance. Once again, I don't know what chain chance is. And then split chance as well. I don't know what split is. +1 every fumble is critical hit. +1 every critical hit is fumble. So you can increase your critical strike chance by increasing your fumble chance. There's a couple of very, very powerful combinations here that you could do. But a lot of these don't just give bonuses. A lot of these are actually negatives, like this one. 100% added resource cost. That just at the end of the day means that you're going to want to always do auto attacking. But that's bloody powerful. Like, I will actually take that. That is like insanely powerful. So let's go year and year and year and year and year, and then we will have 100% added damage. That sounds insane. Okay, 47. So there's no healing in the game. And then how do you pick these up? Do you have to use a flask? So we use a flask. Oh yes, okay. So these aren't stuff that you just pick up automatically. You have to use a flask to use those. Once again, like I said, no fucking tutorial in the game at all. There's absolutely nothing here. I like the piercing. Piercing is nice. Holy shit. Inventory full, how the hell? Oh, it's because my inventory is dog shit. Okay, so it seems there's no sorting either. There's no sorting button. Inventory is very small. You get additional tabs every year, but I don't know how to unlock them at all. Wow, seriously, one health orb out of that thing. That's fantastic. Okay, I guess this is that. Nothing else. This game seriously has a shocking lack of a tutorial. I also don't like the fact that the game gives you no option to play offline. Like literally it seems that the game is an online only game, which I am definitely not a fan of. Far too many times have games like this not gotten the sales that they want, and then the developers just stop supporting the game after a year or so, and then any money that you invested into the game is just gone. So I'm really not a fan of any games these days that are online only. Even something like Diablo 4 will eventually not be supported anymore. And yeah, not a fan of that. Come on, go away. Why doesn't it show any sell prices on these things either? Like literally doesn't show a sell price on anything. Well, what the fuck can I do with my inventory being full? Like, the inventory is so small. Oh shit. Holy balls. Run! The sky is blue for some reason. Holy balls, okay. And now I have to choose something to throw away. I don't know what the price differences are between these, so I can't really make an educated guess on what to throw away and what not to throw away. I'm gonna assume that the magical items are more worth it to keep, so we're gonna keep those. We've reached a town. We activate the portal. Can I sell stuff or not? Okay, so that's some kind of an upgrade. So what if I do this? No. Right click? No. How, like... You're supposed to be able to sell. How... Dismantle. So you can dismantle? Is that what you can do? But what do you get if you dismantle stuff? How do you dismantle? Holy shit, okay, you get a crap load of scrap. 52 scrap. So is that literally all that you can do? Visit the artisan workshop to upgrade item quality. So you can't sell, but you can buy stuff with crystals, and then you can only salvage. It doesn't seem that there's a way to sell stuff. You can see that the developers aren't native English speakers because they make quite a lot of grammatical errors. Like, I'm not even a native English speaker and I can see these grammatical errors. So this place is a mine. 5-second cooldown. Physical damage 1 to 5. That's a very low amount. Blind. 5 seconds blind. That seems very good, actually. Let's take that. So yeah, I seriously don't know. Like, it looks like you can't sell stuff. So you're literally just gonna have to dismantle stuff. You can't do anything else. Okay, that only gave 6, 11, 4. How the hell did that one give 50 something and then all of these others give 4? There seems to be no rhyme or reason. I'm not gonna spend decryption keys on these. Look at them, they only give 4. Like, holy balls. 4, 4, 4, 4. That one item gave 50 fucking 6 or something. Yeah, these prices are insane. My gun is better than this one, and this one is fucking 400 crystals. And then once again, there's no sorting, so you have to do everything manually, and the stuff doesn't even stack, it looks like. These things don't stack, so it seems it's like fucking Diablo 4, where it doesn't even stack. And then this, I'm never gonna use this. Can we dismantle this as well? No, it can't dismantle. So what the fuck am I supposed to do with stuff like this that I know I'm never gonna use? Just throw it on the ground or what? Item quality, let's have a look. Oh, and it costs crystals as well. That fucking sucks. Why? Why does it cost crystals as well? That's stupid. Okay, let's put this stuff in here. Used for leveling up your skills. What skills? Meaning these over here or what? Like how does that work? Control left click. Inspect the skill by control left click and select the nodes you want to level up. What the fuck? Control left click. Nope. Control left click doesn't do anything. Left click doesn't do anything. Or do you mean this one? Is this one the one that you mean? Control left click. Oh, okay. And then, okay, so this is the normal one. Aether cost 3. Gain damage as extra lightning damage. Bleed chance. Life gained on hit. Okay, interesting. And then this one. Blind chance. Blind chance. Aether damage. But does that increase the aether cost by 7? So is it then 14 aether cost plus 7 aether cost plus 6 aether cost? Or how the fuck does it work? Oh, and that last one costs 5 marks. That's very expensive. Yeah, it would just really be fantastic if we could get any idea or guidance whatsoever in this fucking game. Travel. Can we actually travel? Nope. I'm clicking and nothing is happening. Can't click there, there's nothing to interact with there. I'm clicking on the shop and nothing is happening either, so unfortunately it looks like we won't be able to determine what... holy shit. What monetization model this game uses, because like I said, unfortunately with these games, in order to get a good idea of the game and to be able to determine really why whether or not a game will be good and playable and all of that kind of stuff, you have to be able to know what the monetization method is that they use, you know. Is it a pay-to-win game or whatever, you know? And without knowing what monetization model the game is going to be using, like, it's really difficult to give a game a recommendation. So the game itself might be fun, but if it's a piece of shit pay-to-win game like fucking Lost Ark or something like that, then it really doesn't matter how fun the game potentially is, because it's just a pay-to-win piece of dog shit, you know? So, yeah, unfortunately, we can't determine really at the end of the day if the game will be good or not, because we can't determine the monetization that's going to be used. We got another level up. Yeah, these groups of fucking mosquitoes, like, they make the groups way too big. Like that group, if you don't have any area of effect, a group like that will fuck you up 6 ways to Sunday before you can even do anything, especially if they surround you. Like, as soon as they surround you, you're dead. Just grab this waypoint over here. Check out my inventory quickly. Shotgun. Wow, the range is a lot less on the shotgun. I guess you can dual wield pistols if you really want to. That will probably give us better better DPS, but the range is a lot less. But yeah, the DPS will be nice. Holy balls. I barely can't even dodge that fucking ability. It does a hilarious amount of damage. Like I had 1 or 2 health left there.
personal space.
How the hell do I have the male voice when I'm a female character? Did they just assume my gender? Did I write a letter? I'm out of out of health potions now. I don't know what happens if you die. Hopefully nothing too bad. Oh shit. Wow, chests are really bloody useless.
I'm overburdened.
Yeah, listen to that. I'm getting the male voice. Oh shit. Ouchies. That thing hits me again, I'm dead. Oh shit. What's the range on that bloody thing? Insane. Hey, you can actually... Wow, evade, okay. Didn't even know that. Of course, the game doesn't have a tutorial. Okay, glyph, I don't know. Don't know what a glyph is. Can I put something in there? No, I don't know. Don't know what that is. I'm starting to gain very little experience, actually. Like a big group like that. Like, holy hell, you get so little experience. The game also has a fair amount of stuttering. Wow, the next portal is way up there. I've got a couple of skill marks. 4, it's not a huge amount. But let's see. I'm not sure if this increases the cost. Because the base cost is 10. So does that mean the base cost will go up to 13 then? I guess so, maybe. Yes, okay. So the cost gets added. Worth noting. Why does this one add 7 cost and 17 blind chance? This one adds fumble chance, but does it add the fumble chance to me or what? Like, it doesn't even say. Let's take that, because I don't know. Does it add the fumble chance to me or does it add it to them? I just have no idea, because the game doesn't tell you. Bleed is very powerful against these guys. Yeah, bleed is absolutely deadly. Might actually make a bleed build very powerful. Because I do 2 damage per hit, but bleed ticks for 6 damage per tick. So bleed is clearly insane. Like, bleed can be very fucking powerful if you can constantly stack bleed. Okay, do I have to go up or down? Oh shit. Can't even see over there. That's one thing that I hate about ARPGs, where you can't turn the camera. Like Diablo, for instance. The enemies always have an advantage because they can always see where you are, whereas you cannot. Oh shit. I also think the distance between the waypoints is way too much. If you think how big the fucking distance is between these two waypoints, it's insane. I don't want to do any unnecessary battles right now. Ouchies. You heavily rely on these potions that you pick up, that much is certain. Bloody hell, that thing hurts. Holy shit, look at all of those robots. Shit. Oh shit. And they fucking slow. And those things are crazy. The fact that you have to fight a single group of enemies for like a minute is a little bit crazy. Ouch! I'm frozen! Fucking hell. was literally frozen solid there. I couldn't move at all. Like, no jokes. That would have killed me very quickly. There again, I couldn't move. Oh, this thing has 3 uses. Wow, that's useful. Fucking hell, those things do damage. Bloody hell. Now those, when they actually freeze you, they do a stupid amount of damage. I don't know if I'm under-leveled or what, but these fuckers are difficult. Oh, that one is much better. And like I said previously, I would really like to be able to see how much the different things are worth, you know, like with the one thing disenchanted for 54 scraps and the other stuff disenchanted for like 7 scraps each. So it seems there's no fucking rhyme or reason between the stuff. Like, how can one thing disenchant for so bloody much and the other one for so little? We're almost to the portal. There we go. Bloody hell. One more level up, then we have that 100% added damage.
No room.
Why do I
No space.
why do I have a male voice? 100% boost to physical. That will be very nice. A lot of lag. And again, it seems the only way to get rid of your equipment is by disenchanting it. 6, 4, 4. And I guess we can get rid of the makeshift rifle because the pistols are good and they do more DPS. 12. They're actually pretty much the same as those that I had, but anyway. 2. So you can upgrade the quality of an item. 1 out of 2 quality, 1 out of 2 quality, 1 out of 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. How the hell does that happen? 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can upgrade the quality and then you can upgrade the rarity. So I'm assuming that's from a blue to a green or whatever, from a gray to a blue. And then you can add or reroll affixes. Okay, how much does that actually cost? Oh, you need one of those things. I don't know. I don't have any of those things. Okay. Oh, I have another item here that I forgot to mantle. I also think it's pretty stupid that only the gunner can use guns and only the knight can use a lot of the melee weapons. Like these blades, the shields. Like as a gunner you can't even use a shield and a pistol. That's really fucking stupid. That really places a large unnecessary limitation on the game and what you can do with the different classes, you know. So if you think about any ARPG really, like Titan Quest or Path of Exile or Grim Dawn or anything like that, there isn't any limitations like that usually put on the game because the developers know that it doesn't matter if you're playing as a witch or a marauder or whatever, or an assassin, you want to use a shield and a wand, maybe with a marauder, or you want to use a two-handed sword with a witch. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of times, all you're really using your equipment for is the stat, not necessarily to attack with, especially in late game. Like, let's say I'm a trap character and I just throw traps on the ground. The fucking weapon that I have doesn't mean fuck all, you know. Like, you can run around with a two-handed sword or a wand and a shield, or a pistol and a shield, or two pistols. Doesn't really matter what you have because you're not using your weapon. You are simply throwing down traps. Or even if you're playing a summoning build, like you're summoning turrets, or you're summoning skeletons, or what the fuck ever, you're not using your weapons really. So the fact that the developers limit the weapons that each specific class can use, and there's four different classes. That means there's going to be a lot of fucking weapons in the game that you can't use, you know? Like, you're completely limited as the gunner to just using guns. You can't even use shields. And likewise with the knight, you're completely limited to using shield and certain weapons. You can't use pistols at all. So I just think it's a really fucking stupid limitation that only serves to limit the build variation and the build freedom that the player can explore. Otherwise than that, the game has no tutorial. That's obviously fucking bad. You can't even change the graphics. You can't change the display method. So if you want to play on windowed mode, or borderless full screen mode, or full screen mode, you can't do that. You can't change the graphical options at all, can't change the frame rate at all, fucking nothing like that. The skill tree, I like the skill tree, but once again, you don't get any explanation about anything at all. So, like some of these say, it gives you a chance to burn, for instance. It doesn't say what burning is, doesn't say what frozen is, doesn't say what blind is, doesn't say what fumble is. Like there is the word fumble, doesn't say what fumble is. So there's no fucking information whatsoever provided here. I like this. This is obviously reminiscent of Path of Exile. Path of Exile uses this. If you want to go back before Path of Exile, games like Final Fantasy used this as well. Like Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10 uses a system like this way before Path of Exile ever used it. I like it, but I don't like the fact that you don't know fucking anything that's going on here, and a lot of the terms aren't explained in the slightest. So that just really comes down once again to a massive lack of information being provided to the player. The fact that you can't change the minimap size is fucking stupid. The fact that you can't change the map when you press tab, the map opacity, the map size. You can zoom in and out like this, but you can't change the map opacity. And you can't move up and down either. I'm pressing up and down right now. I'm pressing W, A, S, and D. You can't change anything. So you can zoom in and out, but you can't move the map a little bit off to the side so that it doesn't cover up your character with a bunch of fucking annoying icons or anything like that. I like the skill system. It looks like you can use basically any skill with basically any class. So I have a blue one over here, I have a green one. I can use the red ones as well, but then I would need to equip a sword or an axe, and I don't think I can equip a sword or an axe. So if we could quickly look over here, can't equip that sword. Can't equip that sword. Can't equip that sword. So yeah, probably I can't use the red skills, which is a limitation which I would not want. But otherwise than that, you're pretty much free to use whatever skills you want, except like I said, that some of them have limitations that they can only be used with certain skill, weapons, and certain classes can't use certain weapons, so you're not going to be able to use all of the weapons in the game. The skill upgrade system, it's okay, you know, it's okay. Could be better, definitely. The fact that you can't sell items, you can only seemingly disassemble items, is stupid. That's really, really stupid. yeah, otherwise than that, I don't know. It's a very, very slow ARPG. It's extremely slow. Think of any of the really slow ARPGs. Like, not even Path of Exile is slow enough. You need something slower than Path of Exile. Torchlight is obviously much faster. Titan Quest starts out slow but becomes faster later on. Grim Dawn the same. Path of Exile starts out slow, becomes faster later on. You're gonna have to look at something like Sacred, for instance. Sacred starts out very slow and stays pretty fucking slow throughout the entire game. Nox, if some of you are old enough to remember Nox, Nox is slow. It's a very, very slow ARPG. Maybe even something like Baldur's Gate as well. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are very slow. This game is much more like those games. It's a very slow ARPG. Yeah, I don't know. The game is okay. It's relatively mediocre. Really, the only thing that would make me not recommend this game is if the game had any form of monetization that is pay to win, meaning season pass, battle pass, XP boosts, loot boosts, rarity boosts, character boosts, any gear that you can purchase, any characters that you can purchase or unlock through purchasing, any loot boxes that you can purchase whatsoever, doesn't matter if they contain cosmetics. I do not approve of loot boxes in any way, shape or form. So yeah, basically the only way how I can recommend this free-to-play game is if it's actually free-to-play. If it's not pay to win, if it's actually free-to-play, then I could potentially recommend it, even though, like I say, it's mediocre, and there's nothing here that I can see that is really that good, really. You can find everything in this game in Path of Exile, for instance. Even though Path of Exile is pay to win, with the stash tabs, it would just really depend if this game is going to be cosmetics only. If the game is literally cosmetics only, then I can recommend the game. Then you can play the game. I mean, like I say, it's a very slow ARPG. A lot of people play ARPGs and they prefer a fast ARPG. And this is definitely not a fast ARPG. It's very slow. The monsters are very scattered. The monsters are clearly focused in groups, so you pull a group, you kill the group, it takes you around 30 seconds to kill a group, and then you move on to the next group. So it's very, very, very slow. Like I say, Path of Exile starts out like that, but then as you gain power, the mob density in Path of Exile increases massively. I don't think this game will ever reach that amount of mob density even in the later game. But yeah, I just think that the class limitations is unnecessary, the weapon limitations is unnecessary. The game needs a fucking tutorial. Yeah, otherwise than that, it's not a bad game. It's a game that I could recommend if I knew that the game was only going to be free to play with cosmetics, because obviously they have to do some form of monetization. So if they did cosmetics, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But if they do any other form of monetization other than cosmetics, then I wouldn't be able to recommend the game. So if they did monthly subscription type thing where you gain benefits, that would make the game pay to win. Basically anything except only cosmetics would make the game pay to win. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's a marginal recommendation with the requirements that the game has to be completely free to play with cosmetics. Otherwise, I can't recommend the game. If the game has any pay to win, I can't recommend the game. The game is simply not worth it. I can't see how this game is going to be able to provide more fun through a monetization model, like with spending money. Like, it's just not, unless it's very little. Like if the developers do something like $3 or $4 per month, and then for that you gain benefits like, I don't know, increased movement speed, increased experience gain, shit like that, maybe. But like I say, that would make the game pay to win. But if it's a very small amount, like $3, $4 per month, that would be fine, because then in 1 year, that means you're gonna spend $30 to $40, which is okay. That's fine. I don't mind spending $30 to $40 on a completely free-to-play game just to gain a little bit of an advantage. That's not the end of the world, even though, like I say, that would just really be speeding up the game a little bit, because the game is too slow right now, and I wouldn't mind paying a little bit to speed up the game, even though, like I say, that would make the game pay to win, which a lot of people, including myself, do not really approve of. It's only in very specific circumstances where that could be possible, but it's still not commendable. So yeah, honestly, Crystals of Naramunz, it seems just like another maybe pay to win ARPG. We will see if it is actually pay to win. I might check it out again once the game is actually released and actually has a functioning shop. If the game is heavily pay to win, once the shop is actually implemented into the game, I won't even check it out. I wouldn't even bother doing a follow-up review of the game or playing the game ever again. I will just uninstall the game. If the game has a cosmetic shop, and once the game is actually improved a little bit more, like with the class differences, and maybe once the other classes have been implemented in the game, then I might actually check out the game again and play the game again. But like I said, the game has to be free to play then. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. As always, if you want to support the channel and allow me to do more reviews for you guys, then you can go ahead and support me on patreon.com/LFP. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.